Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Massive Football Manager. I'm Orri Benatar. We've got Tom Babcock and Tyler Fisher. Of course, we are ready to get things started here on another episode of Massive Football Manager. Of course, during the coronavirus pandemic, stay safe, stay home, and stay positive. That's kind of my message during this whole thing. Crew soccer will be back sooner rather than later, but obviously we still have to be patient. And we're just continuing to play through this Football Manager series. We're towards the end of April, and we're going to be playing 2 games in this episode. We'll get to those games. But first, I wanted just to see how you guys are doing in general. So Tyler, out in near downtown Columbus, near Upper Arlington, if I'm not mistaken. Doing all right, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm actually back. I'm still at my mom's place by the airport, but yeah, I am. I do live in Upper Arlington. My roommate's kind of going crazy right now. But no, I'm doing good. I'm continuously washing my hands, singing a song while I'm doing it, and just trying to stay 6 feet away from people wanting to go on my walks. So
Yeah.
simple stuff like that.
Well, glad to hear you're doing well. And then Tom's over in New York. How is it over there, Tom?
Upstate New York, Syracuse, New York. I got my Syracuse soccer support going on there, support local soccer, as always, even when you're quarantining from home. Everything's good, So far, everyone's healthy. Hopefully, everyone who's watching this is healthy, or if not, you're getting better and staying safe. And, just ready to talk about some football manager and get into these games so we have something to talk about soccer related.
Yeah, for sure. And we've had some really epic games the last time we had our episode. Obviously, we ended off episode 2 with me getting absolutely rocked by the Crew, Tom beating me 6-1 in an epic, crazy turn of events that I don't think anybody saw coming. As you guys can see with this recording, I'm sharing my Football Manager screen just to kind of give you guys a little bit more of the menu side of things, just to kind of give you an example of the depth that this game goes into and just to help you guide you through what we played off of video and we talked about in our last article. So to start off, just a quick little overview of what's going on in the league. The last game that was played was a 2-2 draw from myself against Portland. I was a little bit surprised about that. But you can see DC United first place in the Eastern Conference, though they've only played 8 games compared to Montreal. Same amount of points on 10. Tom's sitting there in that third place position with the Crew. 1 point ahead of Toronto. I think the Crew are going to be playing Toronto in this episode. Going to be a big game. Tyler in 6th has had some tough results of late. We'll talk about those in just a sec. And then I've been able to put together a couple of results. To be fair, 5 losses and 5 non-losses. I will take 10 matches in for the Fire, but they are in 11th place with 7 points. The only unbeaten team in the league right now is the Galaxy. 6 wins out of 9 games, 3 points ahead of the Sounders. And the worst team in the league is the Philadelphia Union. No draws, but they've won 2 games and are on 6 points. So that's kind of a league overview. You can see the top scorer is Dom Dwyer, who's been on fire this season with 10 goals. Carlos Vela, though, probably because of his average rating of 8.1, you get an average rating based on how you play in the game, how the players do. And he's basically the favorite for MVP. He's got the most man of the matches with 5. And then you've got Bill Hamid and David Bingham with 6 clean sheets each. Very impressive way to start the season. And that's kind of the overview of the statistical part of things. But now we're just going to take a look at each other's schedules, and we'll start off with the Crew and Tom in 3rd place right now. And if we look at your schedule since that great win against me that I hated, it's been sort of a mixed bag for you.
Yeah, so we had the Toronto game 1-1. I mean, not super exciting, but a good draw. I would have liked to have continued the momentum from the Chicago game. But I was as shocked as I think everybody else was. If you look at the score here, if you want to click into that game, Orri.
Yeah, right there. Look at that right side.
Yeah, look at the right side of the screen. Right. I mean, we had a red card come in from Vito, but at that point we were already not looking great, to put it mildly. And I made the decision. We were only down, I think, 2-1 or 3-1. I'm trying to remember, but I made the decision to push forward a little bit to try to get to a draw, and my hope was I'd shut it down from there. But we just got – Orlando seems to be a very good counterattacking team, so we got smashed. So I think Orri made up a good point when we were recording last time. I think it might be one of the few times an MLS team has won 6-1 and lost 6-1, and that happened within the space of 2 weeks, basically. So that was a little embarrassing. Not happy. And then that kind of left us with some issues, at the back. We went to our next game. I thought we were going to not do as well. Having to do Josh Williams because Keita had really underperformed in that Orlando game. and took a 3-1 victory out of it over New York Red Bulls at home, which was good. It's kind of been a consistent theme, the team, in terms of we haven't had anybody really break out in scoring. It seems like it's a mixed bag, kind of like this game. You got one attacker, one midfielder, one defender. So, our team's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, you can see
as
the
you
stats
see right
here.
there, top 3 guys have 4 goals each. So it's kind of been spread out. Jossie, it's weird. He kind of sticks to this narrative that Crew fans have, here in the game even, where he looks like he should score more goals, and he sometimes pops up. He pops up in the right spot, but he doesn't always turn that into goals. But it's been a pretty balanced. And Darlington Nagby's been fantastic in the game as a midfielder. So that's kind of where we're at. And then just going back to looking forward real quickly, we'll just touch base on these next couple of games here. We're going to be playing New England, Montreal, who, as Orri highlighted, is second in the Eastern Conference. And then I got to go take on the Galaxy to start off May, which will be in another episode, but just kind of looking ahead. They're the top team in the West right now. So that's going to be a tough challenge, especially going to the StubHub. Dignity Health now. I want to call it StubHub, but Dignity Health Sports Park. So yeah, but so far so good, right? Where Crew want to be, trying to push up to the top of the table and forget about Orlando to finish off the rest of the month here in the game.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up what I was talking about when we were playing those games, because I personally don't think it's ever happened in MLS history that a team has won a game 6-1 and lost a game 6-1 in the same season, let alone the space of 2 weeks. There's no way that's happened.
No, it was insane. It was one of those where you go down a man, and I made the adjustments, and we were short defensively has been the issue for the Crew. Schoberg's been out. Then I had injury for Mensah and the red card for Vormgor. So at one point I thought I was going to have to start Keita and Josh Williams at center backs, and that is not a place I want to be in for this team. So hopefully we can bounce back with that. And I did get a comment actually from someone asking about Milton Valenzuela. And for those of you, just as a reminder, 2019, still injured. That's why he's not playing at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people are a little confused about that. And it makes sense. We've got the 2019 rosters going into 2020. So it is a bit strange. And just to make things clear before we go look at my schedule, I was laughing my butt off when Tom was getting absolutely destroyed by Orlando. I was just so happy and hollering. How does it feel, man? So taking a look at how I've done since that big 6-1 loss where Mensah got sent off in that game, which I thought was pretty hysterical. There was no need for it. They were up 6-1. But 4 games I've played since then. Had an exciting 3-3 draw against Orlando City. CJ Sapong, a hero off the bench, scoring a big goal in the 77th minute. Dom Dwyer, though, with a hat trick. He's just been incredible this season. But 3 second-half goals for the Fire. We're starting to pick up a little bit more on the goals. That was our first game in the season where we scored multiple goals in one game. Then we come against DC, who is on fire. They are first place in the East right now, having played 2 less games than Montreal, as mentioned before, but not a good game. Didn't do anything. A 2-0 loss. Ola Kamara scored again. He's been doing really well. And then we finally, after so long, got our first win of the season against New York City FC. Raheem Edwards and Robert Barrich scoring in that game. CJ Sapong did get injured. I'll get to my injuries in a second because it's pretty pathetic how many guys are injured on my team. But guess what? For the first time this season, we pulled together 2 games without losing. A 2-2 draw against Portland to end it off. The last time we played, Francisco Calvo with the heroic 93rd minute goal. I think it was a scramble after a free kick. And yeah, 3 results in our last 4 games I will take, but my injury list is just the worst thing you want to see. And that's kind of the where I'm going to end it. You can see Madron. Oh, that's glitching out a little bit there. Now we're sideways. How about that? Alvaro Madron pulled groin. He's going to be out. He's expected to return actually pretty soon. Sapong, though, broke his ribs. He's going to be out for a long time. We lost Boris Sekulik, who's like a right back for me, basically my starting right back. He's gone. And Kappelhoff is still injured too. So the injuries are coming thick and fast for us. It's not fun. But I'm happy that we have been able to do decently pretty recently. And then we've got the big game against Tyler to start the episode off. Tyler will talk a little bit about that when he goes over his schedule. That's going to be hilarious. Hopefully I don't lose 6-1 to him too. And then I got to play Toronto actually. But let's go now to Tyler's schedule. Let's see what's going on with Atlanta. Sitting in 7th, which is it's a little underwhelming, Tyler.
I thought it was 6th.
You're 6th?
I think so.
Oh, you are 6th. Look at that. I didn't see that. Okay, never mind. But hey, you lost to Cincinnati, just like me. So
I lost to Cincy. That was depressing. And then I barely squeaked out a win against the Philadelphia Union, then just to go on a 2-game losing streak against DC and NYCFC. But we're kind of underperforming where we want to be. I mean, we are uh, defending champions of MLS. But we kind of want to build that momentum back up to get to, like, I would say second, third place. Of course, we obviously want the first round bye to be in first place, but we still have a lot more ways to go. But looking ahead, I mean, the game against you, which will be entertaining, and then we have Portland away at Providence Park. There's a very great atmosphere there, so I'm highly intrigued about that match. But I'm hoping that Joseph Martinez can actually do something for once, and get some goals in for against Chicago, because I'm expecting a win from this match, and if I
No.
lose, I'm probably going to rage quit.
I, to end off the intro, just to sort of, hype up our match now. So I lose to Tom 6-1. I'm not letting that happen to you this time, Tyler. I'm hoping I can squeak out a draw because I've been scoring goals of late. My defenders have surprisingly been able to get some goals. Compared to you, 1 goal in your last, or 2 goals in your last 3 games. Martinez isn't scoring. All your reserve crew strikers you took from Tom haven't scored a single goal this season. Adi and Barry have done nothing for you. Pedro Santos even hasn't really done much for you either. By the way, we're recording this on his birthday, so happy birthday, Pedro. Sorry that Tyler got rid of you and put you on Atlanta, if you're watching. But
I didn't get it. You mean Tom?
Yeah, I was just saying that really with me.
that was
more of a
Tom.
me
Yeah,
thing.
that was Tom's deal. But hey, Tyler, you agreed on it. So that's how the trade works, man. You both saw it as, okay, this makes sense. But I'm hoping for a draw, to be honest, Tyler. I don't expect to be beating you. I think your team is way stronger than mine, obviously. I probably have the second or third weakest team in the league. Probably Philly and Dallas are around my ballpark in terms of squad depth and quality. But if I can get a draw against you, I'd be happy.
I'll be fine with a draw, but just given my last 2 performances, we want to win. But I'll be fine with a draw either way.
Yeah, or if you don't win, it's like I didn't beat Cincy or Chicago this season the first time I played them. So that could be pretty embarrassing. But we're playing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which always is gusty for some reason. As Tom say, they always leave that one window open in the indoor stadium down in
one somewhere in
the corner. They got one window open. So, but yeah, that's sort of going to leave off this intro. We're going to move on to some gameplay. We're going to play 2 games each, and we're going to kick it off with the big one, my Chicago Fire against Atlanta's and Tyler Fisher. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to get this thing started with episode 3, and we've got another manager v. manager matchup. The 2 of us playing against each other. It's me against Tyler. Atlanta United hosting the Chicago Fire down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And this is the lineup I'm going to be setting. We've got more injuries than you can count. No Kappelhoff still. He's getting close. Sekulic is still out, as well as CJ Sapong. And Jonathan Bornstein picked up an injury, but I don't think he's been very good for me all season long. So I'm playing with a new formation since the last time you guys saw me play the game. 4-2-2 essentially. I've got Kronholm in goal still, our best goaltender for sure. Calvo's going to be playing left back. Slanina coming in at center back with Campbell and Flores, our brand new right back, coming in for the injured Sekulic. Medran in that midfield position. He's played pretty well for us throughout most of the season, 6.8 average rating. We've got the former Atlanta United midfielder Matheus Rossetto in the game. He does not have a number yet. We'll get there, but he's playing the Mezzala role. And then our attackers, Raheem Edwards on the left side, Frankowski on the right side with Robert Beric, and Ebobisse is going to be playing at striker as a target man. But Robert Beric is our man of the hour. He scored 6 goals in 8 games. He's going to be the key for us to try and get our 3rd straight result. Let's go to Tyler now and see what lineup he's got for his Atlanta United boys.
So I'm playing a 4-4-2 diamond with Castillo, Escobar, Raitala, and Lennon in the back. Brad Guzan in net. Jeff Ernowitz, despite our falling out, he's starting today in defensive mid with Pedro Santos and Georgi Mihailovic in the midfield, with the attacking midfield of Gonzalo Pity Martinez. Then we have Manuel Castro and Joseph Martinez up top. I kind of now want to switch out Mo Adams for Pedro Santos, just because Santos looks like he doesn't have the match sharpness that he needs. And so, yeah, that's it. And now we are going to go ahead and start playing against the Chicago Fire.
Come on, boys. Oh, Larinowitz misses the ball. Maybe a chance for Chicago. Edwards makes a run. Edwards moved by the defense. Oh, what a run from Raheem Edwards. Good pass back to Calvo. Nice ball into Raheem Edwards. Got to cross it in the middle. Frankowski scores in the 15th minute, and Chicago has taken the lead against Atlanta. This happened against Columbus last time, and then we gave up 6 unanswered goals, but Frankowski gets the header with the assist from Edwards, and there's number... Oh, it's an own goal. Our striker, Jeremy Abobase, scores an own goal just 2 minutes after we took the lead. And this could just be another horrific game for us.
If I lose to Chicago, I'm probably going to get fired. Oh my God, how did they score? Oh my God, my defense is trash. Frankowski with a goal. 15th minute. Oh my God, I'm about to lose to Chicago. This is tragic. Oh, dear God, come on, Pity. Come on. Yes, there it is. That's a goal. Tied up. Come on. Don't go to VAR. I swear if you go to VAR. Yes, let's go. Thank God. Who scored? Who scored for me though? That's the question. No other highlight. Okay, throw in for Atlanta. Into the box. There it goes. Joseph Martinez with the goal right before half to give me momentum. I love it.
Happening again. Right now, it's happening again. We take the lead, and we give up 2 unanswered, just like that. And that is going to be the final score at halftime. Somehow, some way, we are losing with 63% possession. And we gave up an own goal and a cherry pick. So, not happy.
Yes, it is. 2-1 win for the Five Stripes. Man, what a goal by Joseph Martinez. And thanks to Jeremy Abobase with the own goal in the 17th minute to tie it up. Joseph Martinez just got that goal right before halftime. That's what we needed.
A 2-1 loss to Atlanta is okay. We played well during most of the match, and I'm okay with that result for the most part. It was not 6-1. It wasn't 5-1, but we had an opportunity to get at least a point out of that game, and it's unfortunate. But congrats to Tyler. Big win for him. Hopefully I can get back on track in our next game against Toronto.
Back to another matchup of your Columbus Crew. This time going to Gillette Stadium against the New England Revolution. We're looking at the dressing room here where we have a starting lineup from back to front of room and goal. A back 4 of Caden, Vermgor, Williams, Francis. And our midfield defensive 2 is Artur and Eric Remedy. Our midfield 3 of Barco, Zelarayan, and Nagby. And up top, Giassi Zardes. Bench is Kempen, Mensah, Pamakal, Woodman, Mohammed, Mokhtar, and Jimenez. Mensah is just coming back from an injury, so he's not going to be able to start. And looking ahead, we've got Montreal in literally 2 days. So we've got to do some squad rotation here. So I think we're going to try to go for a win here and then see what we can do against the best team in the East the next week. Dribbling the ball around to Remedy. Looking for an opportunity. Gives it away stupidly. We need to kind of come up over there. Let's get a... Oh, my Lord. Oh, that was horrific. Let's go a little bit faster during the highlights because if we're going to watch this, I don't want to see this more than I have to. Oh, Quaker Zelarayan has it still. Vormgor's got it. Back to Zelarayan, who loses possession. Someone needs to close down someone. And a second goal for Gustavo Abulu. And this is just awful. Wow. I gotta figure out what's going on here with this team. To lose 2-0 with a stupid early goal from Alexander Butner between some just bad passing along the back. Wow, that was awful. I mean, for me, you can see it on your score. Eric Remedy, worst player of the game for us by a mile, had to be subbed out early in the second half because just absolutely nothing. And yeah, that's where we are. We got to go to the dressing room. Not looking forward to a post game. I'm just going to tell them I'm not happy. I'm just angry. Morale's pretty low among the club, as you can see there. We're going to make some changes because Chris Cadden and Barco have not been a good team on that right flank. So I'm going to take and put Hector Jimenez in at the right wing back position, I'm going to keep Francis and Vermgore still in. Jonathan Mensah is now back and fit, so we're going to get him in there. Eric Remedy needs to step it up, so I'm gonna give him one more chance here to see if he can actually be the ball-winning midfielder that he's supposed to be. And I need more from my front four: Barco, Zilorian, Nagbe, and Zardes. It's just unacceptable. Otherwise, we're going to be making some serious changes here when we get at halftime. So here we go. We got Columbus against the top team in the East, the Montreal Impact. I'll tell the guys after this highlight, Remedy, Zellerian, out to Barco. Barco loses it, but we're going to VAR to see if there's a pen. There is a pen. Vito Wormgur is going to step up. Not who I would have chosen to take the pen, but we'll see what he can do. Bam. Kills it. Vito Wormgur stepping up. Big man. We're going to praise him for a beautiful goal. We're going to praise the team. Barco with the great work to get into the box, draw the foul, which VAR confirmed. So, despite the initial protestations, free kick Barco. Second goal, Vito Wormgur. He is a man who likes to be shouted at, apparently. So, after being shouted at by me, he seems to be in a little bit of an angry tear at this point. So, looking good so far, up 2-0 in the 28th minute. Another highlight for us, Artur was Jimenez. Artur to Nagbe. Nagbe a goal, and this team has completely changed from the team that played 2 days ago. I don't know if they're up for it because it's Montreal or they overlooked New England, but this is a fantastic result right now so far. Assists from Artur and Barco, goal from Nagbe, and the 2 first-half goals from Vermgor. And that is the match, ladies and gentlemen, and a complete turnaround from literally 48 hours in this game. A 3-0 victory. In the back of our defense, our big man, Vito Wormgur, looking fantastic out there. Everybody in our team had a 7.0 except from Remedy, who was a 6.8, and Elo Room, who was a 6.9. I don't count Mokhtar, Paul McCall, or Woodman because they came on as subs, but a dominating performance. That also includes Vito Wormgur's first career goal for Columbus in this world.
Now, a couple days later, we're playing the Portland Timbers at Providence Park. Such a very electric atmosphere. Right now, I'm still sitting with the same lineup. And Bragg on the net. Castillo, Escobar, Itala, and Brooks Lennon make up the back four with Jeff Lorenowitz in the defensive mid. Mo Adams, Georgi Mihailovic, and Pity Martinez in the attacking mid with Emmanuel Castro and Joseph Martinez up top. We have Pedro Santos, Federico Higuain, Miguel Berry, George Bello, Fernando Adi, and Philip Goodrum as the subs, with Alec Can being the goalie sub. Fine. It's a little jumpy, but it is what it is. We can get the work done. Come on, boys. Oh, that's a good goal by Sebastian Blanco. That's a great goal. He's just all alone. All alone. Back door. Just back door. All alone right there. Brad Guzan had no chance. No way it's going to happen. 2 minutes about a time. No way it's going to happen. And I lose the game. That's fun. That's great. All right, that's cool. So yeah, I lost to the Portland Timbers. That's fine, I guess, but doesn't really help me with anything, even though I just got back to winning against Chicago. But wait, what am I saying? Oh, yeah, that was terrible. I'm not happy at all.
All right, people, we got one more game for this episode. Chicago Fire hosting Toronto FC at the 2,000-seat capacity SeatGeek Stadium. Had a tough loss against Tyler in Atlanta, and he lost to Portland. And then for the weirdest reasons, Columbus Crew went from losing to the Revolution 2-0 and then absolutely destroyed the Impact in first place. We're in last place right now, but we're trying to creep our way back into like 10th or 11th. but it's going to take a big effort here against Toronto. In terms of changes I've made to the team, not too many. Defensively, we're staying the same with Kronholm in goal, of course. We are going to put Pineda in midfield for Rossetto, just to give Pineda a game since we're sort of rotating a little bit. We're going to keep Frankowski in the team despite his 87% fitness because he played really well last game, and I only subbed him out to keep him fresh for this game. We're putting Jake Mulroney in for Raheem Edwards on that left side, and J.J. Williams is going to have to start at striker after the Abobase injury, and C.J. Sapong is out too, so Robert Baric has to play too, but Robert Baric is our best player on the team, the only one averaging over a 7 rating this season so far. So we're ready to get this thing underway against the mighty Toronto FC, one of the most consistent MLS franchises of the past couple of seasons. Advantage, we got a highlight here, a free kick for us. Here we go. Medran's going to take it. He's going to whip this one in, and there is Frankowski, his second straight game with a goal. I almost said goal with a game, but Frankowski gives us the lead 17 minutes in as Medran whips in the beautiful free kick, and we're off to a good start just like we did against Atlanta. Minutes of added time. This is it. We're going to get another win against Toronto. I am hoping. Don't blow it now. Don't blow it. Do not blow the match. It is ours, and win number 2 is in the... Get in the bag. It's in the bag. There it is. 1-0 win against Toronto FC. It's our second win of the season. Frankowski with the winning goal off a beautiful free kick curler from Alvaro Medran. Man of the match goes to, does it say? It should be Alvaro Medran. Actually, no. Richie Laurier of Toronto wins player of the match. For some reason, none of my players ever win man of the match in any of their games. Okay. I'm going to address the team that I'm very happy about them. Well done, guys. This is a good win for us. I am so happy about the win. I'm so happy we got the win. And now we're sort of getting back into the conversation of removing ourselves from that last place position. All right, guys, so here are the final standings here in Major League Soccer. After our games just finished for this simulation, I'm in last place, pretty down in the dumps still there. A lot of games in hand for the Red Bulls, Union, and FC Cincinnati, so we have a lot of work to do. Meanwhile, Tyler's in that 6th place position, just on the cusp of making it into the playoffs after his loss to Portland. Still a long way to go in the season. We're about a third of the way through the season, but Tom, probably the big winner of this episode, big victory over the Montreal Impact, puts himself in 3rd place, and he's right below DC and Montreal for potentially getting in that 1st or 2nd place position. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, LAFC in 1st place. LA Galaxy, though, have a game in hand, still undefeated, but the LA teams once again dominating the Western Conference. But that is going to be it for another episode of the Football Manager Massive Report League.